Biologically speaking, every species on the planet hosts unique viruses that can affect another species, but are specifically adapted to infect it. In recent years, we have seen some of these viruses jump from animals to humans, causing destruction. The diseases or infections caused by these viruses are known as zoonotic. Currently, the human population is increasing rapidly, forcing people to live close to the animal habitats, bringing them into frequent contact with these wild animals they normally wouldn't come into contact with. But where do these viruses come from? Have we ever seen anything like this before? How do these viruses accomplish these interspecies jumps? What can we do to protect ourselves? Viruses can hop from animals to humans, just as a virus can pass from humans to humans, which is most often via close contact with bodily fluids such as blood, urine, feces, and mucus. MERS-CoV and SARS-CoV are believed to have originated from bats before jumping to an intermediary animal, such as camels and civet cats, before spreading to humans. Genetic study of novel coronavirus sequences indicates that their closest genetic kin seems to be bat coronaviruses, with pangolin as an intermediary species. It's an endangered animal species, trafficked in China for meat and scales. But over time, these viruses have mutated and evolved to target a specific animal species, making it difficult to hop between species. It is mostly by chance that this may happen, and even so, it takes a large number of contacts between species for the virus to jump to another animal. When a virus transmits from one species to another, it usually doesn't spread rapidly because it is not well suited to this species. But the virus can mutate over time in the new host to generate variants that are better suited to the new host. For many years, viruses have hopped from animals to humans. The first case occurred in 2003 and was called SARS-CoV. It caused SARS, severe and unusual pneumonia. The other coronavirus to emerge from animals is MERS-CoV, around 2007 in the Middle East, and also caused similar respiratory diseases, known as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. The COVID-19 is the third pathogenic coronavirus to originate from the animals to humans. COVID-19 pandemic is proving to be larger, with almost 2,920,000 infections and nearly 203,000 deaths as of this writing. How do these viruses accomplish these interspecies jumps? While there are different types of zoonotic viruses that originated from animals to humans, the mechanism relies on the same fundamental premise: access and ability. Can a virus reach the cells of its host? And can the virus's proteins recognize and bind to structures known as receptors on those cells? If so, that's all it takes. The virus can now enter the cell and begin to replicate, infecting the host. Coronaviruses have become quite adept at figuring out how to use these receptors to gain entry to their host cells. The viruses use a surface glycoprotein, called the spike, S protein, to bind to host cells. This protein gives the virus a crown-like appearance, which is where the corona in its name comes from. The part of the protein that does the actual binding, called the S1 subunit, can vary considerably, allowing the virus to bind to many different mammalian host species. Most coronaviruses that infect humans appear to latch onto one of three specific host receptors on mammalian cells. SARS-CoV and NL63 use a human receptor called angiotensin-converting enzyme 2, ACE2. MERS uses dipeptidyl peptidase 4, DDP4, and 229E uses aminopeptidase N, APN. These proteins are all present on epithelial or surface cells of the human airway, presenting easy targets to any airborne virus. Two recent studies of SARS-CoV-2 suggest that, like SARS-CoV, it uses ACE2 as a receptor. Besides the coronavirus, there is also another common type of virus that originates from animals and jumps to humans, called influenza. Nearly all types of influenza viruses emerge from waterfowl, like geese, terns, ducks, gulls, and other closely related species. Many viruses move from birds into other species, including humans. Often, the new species is a dead end. The avian influenza virus can jump from birds to humans, for instance, but not between humans. But occasionally, a novel virus can also spread efficiently among people. We saw this most recently in 2009 with H1N1, a swine virus that spread among humans, eventually causing a pandemic. And an avian H1N1 virus was responsible for the global pandemic of 1918. Researchers develop flu vaccines every year, and scientists are working toward that holy grail of influenza research: a universal vaccine that protects against all strains of the virus. With coronavirus, we're not quite as far along. The sporadic nature of serious outbreaks means funding and expertise are minimal. A number of laboratories are currently devising a COVID-19 vaccine, but it takes time to carry out animal and human clinical testing. Researchers will also continue their surveillance of emerging influenza and coronaviruses, examining their genomes for hallmarks of adaptation to humans. We may have been too late to catch COVID-19, but we can still prepare for the next one.